Hello, my lovelies. Let me take my glasses off, but that means my eyes may go all over the place. This is my snack, and it's something that we usually need a lot of using Monjaro, tirzepatide, or what I take, which is the Zepbound version of the tirzepatide medication. I'll tell you a little bit about this snack and why you need it. And this is the Zepbound video that I promised in yesterday's short. So here it is again, and what it is applesauce, bananas, and a layer of Greek yogurt in my lovely IKEA bowl that looks a lot like milk glass, and that's one of the things that attracted us to it because it's really pretty. This is a bunch of protein, and throughout my day, my goal is to get, rarely do I reach this goal, but I'm still working on it, 155, is it grams? Yes, of protein per day. Protein is super important in this journey that we're taking on, as I said, for me, Zepbound. One of the things, the reason I use all the names is because people who might have diabetes are usually using Monjaro. And then people who are using a compounded drug, usually for budgetary reasons or insurance reasons, they don't have supportive insurance is typically the reason, are taking a tirzepatide compound. And then I am blessed to have insurance and to have the Zepbound available to me. Protein is highly important for effective weight loss on my Zepbound journey. It is not something that I have been accustomed to getting into my diet in the past, and that might be the truth for you as well. I had a lot of healthy food going on, but for me, most of it in the first sort of leg of my journey to weight loss was, complex carbohydrate, vegetables, fruits, plant-based diet. And I still prefer a plant-based diet just for my own gastric health, and it's my preference. I'm a vegetables person. I like to eat fruits and vegetables. So the protein part can be difficult to manage. For me, these are some of the foods that help the most. So we've got stuff like this, Greek yogurt, right? I use often I remember Richard Simmons used to call them, like, they were little, God rest his soul, they were little erasers in a milky substance. But I really love cottage cheese. He did not love cottage cheese, but he was inundated with too much cottage cheese early on in life, and I understand that. Tuna, for me, is a big help. I'm not a beef eater primarily. I'm going to try to get a little bit more um, diversified kind of protein in my life, but for me, that's going to end up being more like chicken if, it's available. And then, egg whites and things of that nature, sometimes eggs. There are protein sources that a lot of people don't put in their everyday diet. And I can be as much like this as anyone else. But what I really want to get back into my diet more often, to my way of eating, is beans. Beans are such a great protein source. They're low in all the stuff that we don't want, and they're high in all the stuff that we do want. Of course, we have to be very polite. We won't say any more about that when we're eating beans. But the key is getting the protein so that you can quantify it. No matter what you choose as your protein source, you need, and I need, and we all need really in life, to be quantifying it, going, how much of this am I getting as a macronutrient in my way of eating on a daily basis? And so again, for me, the goal is 155. I don't know when I'm going to consistently reach that, but I'm trying for it every day. And that's the message I think that's most important when you're taking a GLP-1 medication, is just trying, making an effort. Because if you're intentional about it, you'll reach that goal at some point, and it will be consistently available to you because you'll reflect on the things that you've chosen to eat and how much protein is available in those things. For me, it's still an ongoing journey to learn different protein sources, but I do know that things like what I'm eating now and things that I have goals about, like getting more beans into my diet, specifically beans and legumes, because lentils are so good in everything. They can be a super good ground beef substitute. Trying to make things, and to be fair, my husband is the one who's making this stuff. He made this little bowl for me. But trying to make things that incorporate lentils into ground beef situations like spaghetti, chili. My husband makes such a good vegetarian jelly, chili. That sounded odd. Chili, and you can then incorporate all the different beans and things in, but as a replacement for the ground beef, I would use lentils. They're delicious. They tend to soak up the flavor of the things that are in them, and they're pretty much kind of an ideal food. So that's my take on protein for the evening. Let me know what you're getting your protein in with, and maybe that'll give me some new ideas. So let's discuss it down in the discussion. Obviously, we all have different favorite brands and things of everything from yogurt to cottage cheese to lentils to spices. If you have ideas about that and your favorite go tos, this community would love to see those ideas. You add value by just your being you. But you can also share your ideas with us and know that they'll be appreciated and that we will respect them and honor them. I hope you know how loved you are. And as always, go in peace and love to serve others.